In Ryder Cup year, we're asking leading figures from the history of the tournament to relive their greatest moments at the biennial contest. Today we look back at the 1985 Ryder Cup at the Belfry. Having almost led Europe to victory 2 years earlier, Captain Tony Jacklin was determined to upset the visiting Americans after almost 30 years of disappointment.
I knew after 83 we were on the right track, and it was really a stepping stone to getting it done in 85. Home turf was always going to be that, bit easier. The galleries lifted us, I think, and it was a special year, there's no doubt about that. 28 years since that 1957 win is a long time. I remember Bernard Langer saying he was 28 years old, he thought it was a very long time.
At the heart of Jacklin's success as captain was the sense of professionalism he instilled within the European team. Having also played in 8 Ryder Cups himself, the Englishman had a great understanding of what was required out on the course.
I felt I had a very good sense of who would play off who in terms of partnerships. I felt the partnerships were very, very important, and I was looking for partnerships that I felt would get it done, and I had a good sense, I think, for that. The fun, I suppose, was putting them in position, who, maybe they think your star pair should go out first, well, I'll put them out third, or, just shuffle the cards, if you like, against the opposing captain and keep him guessing. But once that's all done, then you do a lot of this. You do a lot of praying and hoping and wishing.
The introduction of European players in 1979 was intended to level the playing field after decades of American dominance. The 85 team contained 5 continental Europeans, foremost, of course, Seve Ballesteros. The Spaniard was in scintillating form at the Belfry, winning 3 points out of 4 in his pairing with compatriot Manuel Pinero.
He was a powerhouse, total commitment, as you might expect. Anything I asked of him, he was happy to do for team. He was tremendous, and he was certainly the general on the golf course. He was the guy, the player on the course that everybody looked toward for leadership, if you like, and this sort of swashbuckling attitude he had towards everything that he brought to the table, which was marvellous energy. He was an incredible individual.
The key turning point in 1985 came during the 4 balls on day 2. Faced with a short putt for a win against Langer and Lyle, Craig Stadler nudged agonisingly wide, gifting Europe a half and levelling the match. The result gave Jacklin's men a newfound sense of belief and swung the momentum firmly in Europe's favour.
All of a sudden, the might of America wasn't the might of anything, just because America has everything. It's a giant land with great climate and lots of money and all the golf courses and everything perfect. Just because they got all that, it doesn't mean to say they're any better than we are.
Europe went into the final day with a 2-point advantage, and they continued to build on that lead in the singles, taking 4.5 points from the first 5 matches. As the Europeans increased their stranglehold on the contest, that decisive 14.5-point target loomed into view as Sam Torrance made his way down the 18th fairway. The Scot had been 3 down against reigning US Open champion Andy North, but fought back to level the match. After North found the water with his approach, Torrance safely hit the green in 2, before being mobbed by Jacklin and his teammates on the fairway. The Scot was left with an 18-foot putt for birdie and Europe's first Ryder Cup win in almost 3 decades.
I was behind the green looking down at him, just sort of at the back edge of the green. It was pure theatre, and for it to end like that and to see him, the arms go up, it came into that sort of almost a spiritual end of what we do. I mean, it had been a long time, so it was extremely special.
That famous victory would be followed by another landmark win 2 years later, as Jacklin captained Europe to their first ever triumph on American soil. Still Europe's most successful captain to date, Jacklin's memorable wins in '85 and '87 also helped to reignite the public's passion for the Ryder Cup.
It's up there with the great weeks I've ever had, you know. Got through this whole thing keeping 12 men corralled as one, entered as a team and working constantly with this individual, that individual within the context of the team, and you come out the other end victorious. It is a euphoric feeling. It's hard really to get across the emotion, all the guys that were involved in it, the pressure. It was incredibly special.